machiegni e Otit Mach TV.
Ne ok wageno ni Jo-Kenya nyalo wuok gi dwol achiel mar defend Raila Amolo Odinga kinde ma entiere mapek, kata kinde machiel kuom ute fwambo gi keyo temo keto nyinge mondo onen mochido, kata temo lilo nyinge gi wach mar GenZs kinde ma giyango ni Raila en betrayer mar GenZs. Maeri en Standard Media modiochienge mokalo gieki nogolo headline kayango ni Raila gi ka Samuel gin betrayer mar GenZs. Jo-Kenya koro wuok kendo dani mondo ayangni kata dani mondo amiyi moko yo ma Jo-Kenya wuok godo defend Raila Amolo Odinga. Emomiyo akwayi ni kik wiyi wil ma ibedo nyaka giko video ni eri, kaluwore ni ji mowuok mar defend Raila Amolo Odinga akelo ne giko video ni eri. To kapok wachopo, mokwongo adani mondo ayangni ni odiochienge mokalo gieki Standard Media nogolo gazette gi headline mineno kanyo no ero, kata headline maketo ni e wang screen kanyo no ero. Maeri en gima ODM nosewuok, kata party mar ODM nowuok mokwedo, kendo giyango ni Standard Media temo yo maginyalo chuno godo Raila mondo miyo support Rigathi Gachagua, kata mondo mi Raila support side ma wuon Standard Media ntiere, kiyango ni entiere side mar Rigathi Gachagua. Kamaeri miyo kinde duto kata jumbe mokalo gieki gisebedo ka headline magigolo gin mag attack Raila Amolo Odinga gi sirikal e kinde no ero. Kaluwore gi statement mar ODM manogol gi Secretary General Edwin Sifuna, giyango maber ni Standard Media kinde ni eri temo yo moro amora ma ginyalo dhiro go Raila, kata ginyalo keto godo Raila mondo odhir side gi, kata mondo obede side magidwaro, mak mani mano neno mok gibitimo, kata mano gimok gibiyango. Ka statement mar ODM mokwongo ne yango kamaeri:
Orange Democratic Movement, ODM party statement on continued campaign of misinformation by the Standard newspaper. The party has noted with disappointment the sensational headline by today's Standard newspaper, branding party leader His Excellency Raila Odinga a betrayer of the Gen Z for some time now. The Standard Media Group has run campaign to blackmail, intimidate, and force political leaders to take position that are consistent with that of the ownership and management of the company. The Standard is pursuing a propaganda campaign disguised as journalism. In its latest pursuit of this agenda, the Standard has trained its gun on the leadership of ODM in a bid to force the party to support the political position of the ownership of the media outlets. It is important to put in perspective the events surrounding last year Gen Z's protest, when young Kenyans took to the street agitating for their rights, but specifically demanding the withdrawal of the Finance Bill 2024. They achieved this while maintaining their position that they were neither aligned to any political formation nor any leader. Because of the brutality meted out by the police, many of these young people lost their lives or were maimed. The ODM party leadership has firmly stated that there must be compensation by government for all lives lost and injured sustained during the protest. This position has not changed. Neither has our demand on police brutality and abduction of citizens must end. Neither has our demand that police brutality and abduction of citizens must end. We have stated times without number that ODM is not part of the Kenya Kwanza government. Whatever stability framework we enter into for the sustenance of a peaceful nation and democracy do not amount to joining government. It is therefore in a real bad taste for the Standard to consistently run this narrative knowing it is false. The journalistic tenet of truth, it is false. The journalistic tenet of truth, honey and fairness cannot be sacrificed for political points. The leadership of ODM and the entire party refuse to be intimidated and railroaded by partisan propaganda disguised as journalism. We particularly subject what appear We particularly reject what appear to be the undeclared rules that seem to govern the standards, coverage, and treatment of the party leader, Right Honorable Raila Odinga, whose sole aim is to distort the public view of him and to force him into political direction of the company's ownership. As we draw closer uh, to anniversary of the Gen Z protest, we urge Kenyans of goodwill to uphold national unity and ignore those who seek to divide us. The party has for a long time been an advocate and practitioner of peaceful protest and change, and we urge all those who will turn out to commemorate the anniversary this Wednesday to fearlessly stand on the side of freedom and democracy and the right to protect as enshrined in the Constitution. Senator Edwin Sifuna, Secretary General.
Bang' statement no ero, jo Kenya nowuok gi duol achiel kata ng'eny jo Kenya nowuok ka siro lwedo Raila Amolo Odinga, ka wuok gi kata bedo gi ni giwuok mar siro Raila Amolo Odinga ne en diere wa ka ok ne wageno ni ng'eny gi nyalo wuok, kendo ng'eny gi nyalo yango ni maeri en kinde ma koro Raila onego bed ni yweyo, kata onego bed ni miyo Raila kinde mag yweyo e weche mag siasa ka en ose fight moromo ne jo Kenya, kata gik mosetimo nyaka sani eri oromo ma embe koro kinde ni eri imiye kinde mag yweyo. Adani mondo akelni moko kuom wuoyo mag jo Kenya kata comments ma jo Kenya nogolo ng'eny gi e kinde ma weche gi ekino wuok. To mokwongo arwaki jara mar Otit Mach, ka in wendo kaeri kik wiyi wil moki subscribe, ka in kodwa kaeri pile idiyo like button tiwenwa pachi e comment section. Kaluwore ni kinde moro amora mwayudo pachi miyo wang'eyo aina mar video miero kendo miyo wabedo kodi kaeri kinde duto mwaketo video manyien kendo onge wach mabai. Magi eki gin moko kuom weche manowuok kuom jo Kenya kata yo ma jo Kenya no defend godo Raila bang' Standard Media golo weche makoro ne giyango ni en yo magidhiro godo Raila mondo miyo support side magidwaro.
So now Raila's a betrayer. Laughing out loud. The same Raila who got tear gas so Gen Zs could have the freedom to dance in the street and call it a protest. Funny how history gets rewritten in real time by people who just discovered outrage last year. Raila was fighting for democracy when half of you all were still in diaper or busy doing TikTok dances. He walked in the police buttons so you could shout revolution one time without being disappeared. Now, because he chose dialogue over distraction, he's suddenly the villain. Please, if Raila Odinga had chosen chaos, the same people screaming betrayal would be crying for peace. Will be crying for peace talk and saying Raila has failed us. You don't cancel a man for choosing wisdom over noise. Raila didn't sell out the step back so you could step up. And clearly, some of you mistook that for permission to throw tantrum and forget who proved the damn way. In Gen Zs, if Gen Zs is truly leading, try doing it without dragging elders just to fill work. Otherwise, you are not fighting for Kenya. You are just chasing clout with Wi-Fi. Kennedy Ogodo wachoni Standard is desperate with Raila so it can get audience since the company is totally bankrupt and workers are paid irrationally without regular allowances. Staff have left remaining with few who are struggling to survive. They much indeed get customers from going concern. Tom Sunday wachoni Israel signed a permanent assignment to lead demonstration in Kenya against every government. This calling him a betrayer are the same people who, while voting in the current government, were shouting that they would take him to Bondo on a wheelbarrow. You got who you asked for. In his wisdom, I'm sure he'll not respond to the nonsense. The objective of the headline was to drag him into the demonstration because most of the newfound liberators can't withstand tear gas. Evans Otieno, Saya election, the common Kenyan despise him, and when it comes to Saya's struggle, now is of value. Kwendeni huko, mng'ang'ane na alienu. Work headline. Babaye kila mwana wachoni, they betrayed themselves for voting their chief hustler. Why drag Raila in? Why drag Raila in their mess? Wangi Ismail Odesi Nyakwar Malawa wachoni, Standard newspaper is becoming petty and fueling violence in silence. Senior counsel Moody wachoni, watu walipigia Ruto kura wako na dementia. Watu walipigia Ruto kura wako na dementia. Wangi Odero Morris mawachoni, how many times has this country betrayed Raila Odinga? Otiende Ben wachoni, and they chanted Baba aende Bondo. Sai bado ako Kanan. Walter Bosire wachoni, it's not easy being Raila Odinga. When the Gen Z movement rose up in protest against systematic injustice and the government responded with brutal force, Right Honorable Raila Odinga chose not to fan the flame of chaos. Instead, he opted for diplomacy and reason. In a move that many misunderstood, he stepped forward to help stabilize the nation by supporting ideas of broad-based government. Wangi Naluo wachani, Raila is no longer a Gen Z, he is an elder. Gen Zs betrayed themselves. Obegi, Aaron Obegi Yangoni, the story of Raila fighting for Kenyans should be brought to a close. He has fought enough and we are satisfied. Now let Kenyans move on and let Raila eat with Ruto. Raila owe Kenyans nothing and is entitled to choose who to do politics with and whom to tell his Luo Nyanza people to support. Let Kenya look for another man to lead them and leave Raila with the Ruto. Raila does not have monopoly of leading Kenyans to a new political dispensation. They can lead themselves. Raila is now old and can't be running into story no dimbele. Wanigi Mumo Mayangoni, thank you for your concern, but they don't really matter for now. We did not print the so-called magazine or newspaper. We see, but we do not judge. He did his job, good work, but now is eating with government. That's what we see. Wacha mambo mingi. Baba keep off. Let them do it on their own. Mano Grace Rawino. Wangi Frederick Oselu Mayangoni, Standard as usual, screaming headline and useless content, subjective, parochial and gutter. Nowadays Standard is no different from Citizen newspaper. Anybody youthful supporting Gachagua's sectional, self-serving political is baptized as Gen Z. If you aren't, you are a betrayer, despite Gachagua confess of being an ethnic fascist. Dennis Yangone, is Raila a Gen Z? How can you betray a group that you're not part of? Did they involve Raila in their operations? Eric Aguya Yangone, Raila is not a lender. Kindly give us a break. You had opportunity to elect him, but what did you do? Please, we are happy with the broad-based government. We need peace so that the country can move forward. Musa Jack, without yapping the name of Raila, political ambitions become irrelevant. Baba Kakimia upange serikali. Matthias Mativo, Raila can't and will never be traitor. Mzee Raila, my God bless you, he has been one of the pillars of freedom. Now his age and strength has faded and Gen Z have taken his shoes. For a purpose, it's be good and even better if they successfully change this great nation for even better. If police brutality will end, it will end anywhere, and if corruption ends, it will be everywhere. Onyango Yangoni, how old is Raila? For a group that has less tribe, less partyless, less tribeless, partyless, leaderless, to claim that Raila, who is a Luo ODM party leader. Frederick Yangoni Standard Media promotes instability in the country, and it is right time to stop them. They can't meet their physical obligation and can't pay their workers and resort to bias reporting to maintain float in business. Sababu Juma Yangoni admin, you can't compare leaders' interest and people's need. Go and conduct some of sample interview and understand what is betrayal and conspiracy for these people called leaders. Tom Akite Wachone Murima took an oath and cannot support Raila. The GenZs spoke loud and clear, saying Raila shouldn't come out to help them fight. They stand that he has fought many battles for Kenyans. Now, where and how do drag Raila into what fizzled out during GenZs demos? You are free to take over position from the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga and go to the street without complaining. Who is Gen Z? Don't tell me it's a well-organized Kikuyu militia who cares whether they betrayed or not. Wangi Edwin Ouma, baba sawa atasema natinga baba sawa ateseka natia gas sana, wacha pumzike. Hey. Watapumzike kwa serikali kidogo, hakuna ubaya hapo. Patrick Wachoni Standard, how can you put Baba in one picture with this boy? You should know people. Owino Agonda Yangoni, Raila isn't an option, he is traitorous. I don't trust his politics anymore. Owino ngat mokuongo ma ayudo kanigi negative comment. One gi Joel Thuo, no one need him in this demonstration. Mago mana moko kuom comments kata moko kuom jok mowuok ka siro Baba lwedo kata ka yango ni Raila ok en Gen Z, kendo Gen Z onego were kode kinde ni eri mondo yue kaluwore ni kinde mane ogore ne Kenya kata kinde mane okelo pogruok e Kenya gin ne pod gin nyithindo kata pod onge gima ne ging'eyo. Ka sani lweny en margi kata koro gikawo wuoche Baba, gin ma koro gimanyo pogruok, gidhi e pap mos kata gidhi e ndara mos ma ok giluongo nying Baba. Med bedo kodwa ka in wendo kik wiyi wil moki subscribe to aromo story mabiro.